You know that nowadays you could watch pretty much anything on Cryptflix, but sometimes having a good old DVD is nice. It makes you feel nostalgic. No one has DVDs anymore. You wander over to the movie section, which is just a long row of shelves organized alphabetically. The new movies are on a separate table, all propped up on little book stands, and you begin to peruse your options. The first movie that catches your eye is a science fiction fantasy about a rugged pirate ship captain and his supercomputer second in command. Apparently, something's arrived on the surface of a planet that they need to eradicate before the world ends, or something like that. It's aptly titled Arrival. The second movie you see is a space opera retelling of Shakespeare's Venus and Adonis, except it's all happening among the first contact of aliens. The unrequited romance is between a well-meaning super soldier and an esper with a bizarre paranormal powers. It's called Time and Place. The last movie you pick up is a romance movie. It's about an unlikely match, an uptight football star and a sweet bridesmaid. They meet at a wedding that's not their own, and the timeline spans over 20 years. It looks cheesy, which seems like fun. It's titled Heart of Gold. Which movie piques your interest? Let's do Arrival. Arrival looks good. It seems like it will capture your attention, and that's exactly what you need. You tuck it under your arm and go back to wandering. Mystery and sci-fi, let's see. You decide to go over to the mystery and science fiction sections. Maybe something over here will catch your eye and be able to draw you in when you take it home. Excuse me. My hiccup, stop. You wander through the tall bookshelves until you find the section you're looking for. There are so many books around you, so you just start to pluck some of them off the shelves to see what they're all about. You do this for a little while, giving book jackets and leaping through random pages, until you found 3 books that interest you just enough. The first book you found is a historical mystery titled Classic Magazine. It's about an old school cop who tries to solve a series of murders that are being described in much detail by an anonymous magazine columnist. Tensions run high when the columnist details another plan that begins with the kidnapping of the cop's twin sibling. The second book you pick up is a post-apocalyptic space exploration novel about an astronaut and a space war veteran. It's titled Haywire, and it seems to be told non-linearly. The astronaut and war veteran have to travel across space together to find parts that will repair their ship's AI navigation system, so they can get back home. Thus begins a series of adventures and social clashes. Oh my gosh. The last book you found interesting is another mystery about a paranormal investigator and a smuggler that meet in the most unlikely way at the intersection of a 3-vehicle car crash. They end up begrudgingly teaming up as they come across information that details a government plan to subject the public to a parasitic infection. It's called Sense of Direction. Which book do you want to pick up? I kind of don't want to get any of them. None of these are grabbing your attention as much as you hope they would. Maybe you can find something else in another section. Oh, let's see what this one is. As silly as it sounds, you love a good romance novel. There's something about them that is just too good. You go over to the romance section, meandering among the shelves until you find what you're looking for. You spend a little while perusing the section before you, and after some time, you come up with some books you might want to take home with you. The first book you pick up is called Herodura, about an award-winning horse jockey and a hitman who's hired to him so that a businessman will make bank on betting on another horse to win the huge race. The jockey and the hitman ended up falling in love in a complicated, forbidden romance set in Buenos Aires. The second book that you find interesting is called Healthy Ego. It's about a fashion blogger and a high-profile model who go on a dumpster fire first date to an amusement park that ends the model in a hospital with a broken arm. Oh my god. The blogger ends up having to take care of her as a sort of blackmail, and the two of them awkwardly fall in love as the model recovers. So cheesy, but so cute. The last book you picked up is called In the Forest. It's about someone who encounters a monster creature of legend on a bridge near a forest, suspected to be haunted. The Black Wing... It's another Mothman! Oh my god. The black-winged, red-eyed monster seems to have capabilities of human emotion, and the two fall for each other somehow. Sounds weird, but oddly familiar. Oh no, Panzer came over to see what's going on. Where are you? Oh my god. Which book do you want to take home with you? In the Forest. Oh my god. In the Forest is so... It feels like something you've heard of before. It scratches your brain. You've got to know more. So you're gonna take it back with you. You put the other books away and get back to wandering around the library. That's it. You think you're done looking for things to check out. You go ahead and meander back to the circulation desk, hoping you've spent enough time looking at things that Artemis has already completed their tasks. When you arrive at the circulation desk, Artemis is indeed standing there again. What, baby? What, baby? In fact, they are rolling up with the book cart, just like how they had left. You go over, feeling just a little too happy to be seeing them again. Wow, you're back soon. Artemis smiles, her head tilting a bit to the side. Yeah, well, I told you that I'm quick with it. Haha, I guess you did. Artemis then seems to realize you've got some things in your hands.
Oh, did you find something to take back home with you?
You look down, seemingly remembering you actually do have some stuff you intended to check out. Yeah I do. Do you mind? Of course I don't mind. It's my job. They pause a little bit, then they smile at you again, their eyes squinting happily behind their glasses. Besides, it's you. You feel your face growing warm, and you can't help but smile back at them. You don't know what to say to that. Effectively charmed, but you suppose that you don't have to say anything at all. Artemis takes your items from you, asks you for your library card, then gets you all checked out and ready to go before you know it. The two of you fall back into easy conversation. No one comes up to the desk while you talk, so Artemis just leans over the counter and chats with you in that simple, lovely way of theirs. You don't think you'll ever get tired of these relaxed conversations with Artemis. A while later, Artemis seems... Stop, Panzer! A while later, Artemis seems to spot someone behind you, and you move over to the side, watching them check out this patron. You find yourself a little endeared by the way Artemis chats politely with the person as they scan in all their books. It doesn't take long for Artemis to get done. As soon as they wish a good day to the patron, they're sliding their attention back to you, as if they never stop talking to you.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Oh, you're fine. You're working. Artemis smiles but sighs, leaning back over the counter and lolling their head onto their shoulder. I know, but I wish I wasn't. I really just want to talk to you. Something in your chest squeezes hard. Idle comments like these never fail to make you feel a little weak inside. We can talk more when you get off. Don't worry. I really don't want to distract you. You're not distracting me. Checking on my... They say it earnestly, eyes bright, like they really, really, really want you to believe it. You click your tongue. The sound is affectionate. Okay, if you say so. I totally do say so. Besides, what else do you think I could possibly be doing? You laugh. I don't know. Reshelving more books? Haha, no thanks. I wasn't even supposed to put away that cart. You saw that whole interaction with Sparrow. I know you did. Yeah, I did. You're just too kind for your own good. Artemis taps the counter with her forefinger. Her hand is suspiciously close to yours. No, I'm just a sucker. A smile tugs at your mouth. You sort of creep your pinky fingers toward theirs. You watch them bite back a smile and cast their gaze down shyly. In hell. You're a cute sucker, though. Artemis puts their pinky over yours. They lock your fingers together. Okay. Well, maybe it's alright if I'm just a sucker for... The sentence trails off as they look over your shoulder again. The expression changes into something so incredibly uncomfortable, and they stand back, pulling away from you. You're confused and mildly panicked, not sure what you said or did to trigger the shift in attitude. Out of fear of saying something wrong, you decide not to say anything. Instead, deciding to take a look behind you to see what has him so different now. You don't recognize the person standing behind you, but it looks like Artemis does if their reaction tells you anything. The person behind you is tall, taller than Artemis, and has a neatly trimmed beard and a lot of hair. You have to look at him more than you do with Artemis, and something about that makes you feel a little strange. He looks as equally uncomfortable, a little tight-lipped, awkward smile pulling at his mouth. He's holding some books in one arm.
Hey.
His voice is a deep baritone, but the words came out a little strained. Artemis averts her eyes to a chip on the counter. Their brow is creased.
Hey, Albie.
Why does that name sound so familiar? You spend a second, quickly leaping through your memories, searching for a reason why you feel like you should know this. Albie. Your heart drops to your feet once you realize why the name rings a bell. Holy This is their ex-boyfriend. It takes you a long time to process this information. It seems to take both Artemis and Albie the same amount of time to process the information, because all three of you just stand there for way longer than is comfortable. Artemis shifts on their feet awkwardly. Albie seems to do the same. You just stare. What are you doing here? It's a tentative question, even though everyone knows the answer is obvious. Albie's holding books in his arm, and he vaguely gestures to them before he speaks. I have books to return. There's another silence. I thought you moved away. I did. This is agonizing. My grandma still lives here. I'm returning these for her.
I was in the area. I didn't know you worked here.
Artemis makes a face. They're visibly cringing. I just started. Silence. Albie doesn't make any effort to get any closer to the circulation desk. After a while, Artemis seems to remember that you're also standing there, witnessing this entire exchange. Remembering that appears to make them all the more uncomfortable. You can't help but feel like you shouldn't be here anymore.
This is Albie.
They pause. You can see them trying to pick their words carefully.
My ex-boyfriend.
You look at Albie. Albie looks at you. He offers you something of a polite, tense smile, and you try to return it the best you can, which proves to be rather difficult because you're not sure how you feel about any of this. Sure, this is weird. It's really weird. You want to be civil, but you can't help but picture the two of them together. The rush of jealousy that you feel then shocks you. It's not the emotion you were expecting to feel. You should probably introduce yourself before things derail even more. I think I was direct before. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. Okay, I think I was direct. I think I agonized about what to pick. Or do I subtly imply? Oh. So I did subtly imply. What if I was... Oh, God. Do I be direct or do I suck it up? Because technically we're not telling people. So let me just suck it up and hope Artemis doesn't get mad at me. You don't know why you feel so insanely jealous of someone that you barely know, but you know for a fact that you will never see him again. You tell yourself that this is just one awkward encounter that you're going to end up forgetting in 2 weeks. So you're just going to be normal about everything. Hey, I'm Tiny. You and Albie stare at each other. You can't tell what he's thinking right now, and it's you a bit. What does he see when he sees you and Artemis together? What does he see when he looks at Artemis?
Nice to meet you.
There's another silence. Even though the library is a quiet place by nature, these silences feel... You turn to the side to catch a glimpse of Artemis's face. They look like they just want this to be over. I can take those books. Albie looks down at the books tucked under his arm, as if he forgot that they were there. Oh, okay, sorry. Something twists in Artemis's expression, but they don't say anything. You step to the side as Albie walks toward the circulation desk for the first time during the entire conversation. Once he gets close, you can smell his cologne. It's deep and woodsy, like the smell of the outdoors before it rains. Albie puts the books on the counter instead of handing them to Artemis. Artemis grabs them, seemingly unintentionally avoiding eye contact with everyone, and begins to scan the books back into circulation. It's quiet again. You can't think of anything to break the silence without making things more awkward. The only sound that breaks the air is the beep of the scanner. I hope you've been well. The words come out of nowhere. Albie looks panicked, almost like he didn't mean to say anything. Artemis's gaze snaps to Albie's face, several emotions flashing onto their face. You can't read any of them. They slowly stop what they're doing, their hand floating above an open book cover. Yeah, I've been good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. You can tell he means it, like, really means it, and you watch Artemis's expression crumble a bit. Your heart leaps into your throat, but you know there's nothing you can do about this right now. There's yet another silence. Artemis finishes scanning everything back in. The three of you just standing there.
I've been listening to your band. You guys are good.
Oh my god, really? Dude. The look on Artemis's face becomes crestfallen, their eyes wide behind their glasses. Albie's cheeks have gone splotchy. He's embarrassed?
You should go.
They say it quietly. No one speaks for a moment. Then Albie dips his head, apologetic. It was nice to see you. Artemis turns her face to the side. It's then that Albie steps away, expression riddled with emotions, and you watch him go until he turns the corner and is out of sight. It's quiet for a long time after Albie is gone. So long that you suspect that if you stepped away too, Artemis wouldn't notice. Artemis is silent for too long enough that you're starting to worry. You know that whole interaction was extremely uncomfortable to them, but you hope that your being next to them the entire time didn't make it worse. Hey, are you okay? Artemis doesn't look at you for a second, but when they do, their expression is so wrecked that it startles you.
Sorry.
Their voice cracks when they speak. Sorry, I wish you didn't have to see that. Sorry. They take their glasses off, pressing the heels of their hands against their eyes before running their fingers into their hair. You're sort of at a loss here, torn between attempting to comfort them or leaving them alone to process whatever just happened. You don't have to apologize. It's not your fault. Artemis opens her mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. You know the silence is about to stretch again. You're mentally scrambling to find something to say. Oh gosh, what do I do now? Oh, I comfort them. Okay. Is it gonna be bad if I ask about them? I'm gonna ask. Is it the wrong time to ask this? I actually don't know if there's any other time to ask this. Is it okay if I ask about Albie? They finish your sentence like they were expecting you to ask. You flush hard, embarrassed to be read so easily. If that's okay, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. Artemis runs her hand through their hair again. It's kind of sticking up in places now. They put their glasses back on. No, it's okay. I was going to tell you eventually. I just wasn't expecting... You hear the unspoken. They shake their head, like they're trying to clear the whole encounter from their mind. They pause before speaking again. Okay, I'm not really sure where I should start. That's okay. I mean, I don't know if there's much to say. Albie's my ex-boyfriend. We broke up just over a year ago now. This was the first time I've seen him since then. You don't know what to say to that, so you decide to keep quiet, letting Artemis take their time in figuring out what they want to say. I don't know. That was weird. That really weirded me out. Never in a million years did I ever expect him to show up here. Did you guys break it off badly? You can't help but ask. Your curiosity gained the better of you. You scold yourself for not being able to keep from blurting things out, but Artemis doesn't seem to mind, twisting a lock of hair around and around their finger as they speak. They cast their eyes down to the counter. I guess he was the one that broke up with me. They shrug. You can tell they're trying to downplay it. He broke my heart. I really did love him. I thought we were going to be together for a long time. And you weren't? No, we were. It had been maybe a year and 6 months before we broke up. It doesn't seem like very long, but it felt like forever to me. I don't know. We rarely argued, but when we did, it was pretty bad. He broke up with me after one of our fights. Told me that things just weren't working. And you know what the funniest thing is? It's a rhetorical question, but you make an affirmative noise to show that you're listening regardless. The funniest thing was that the fight was about the band. Oh, no way. Yeah, yep, way. The band was really new then, like 3 months old. I remember it like it was yesterday, which is so cringe. But I asked him if he could come to our show. It was our first show, some backyard function, and he said no. He said no?
Yeah, he no.
I told him, like, 3 weeks out, so he could schedule time off from work or whatever, but he wouldn't do it. He thought the band was silly. He thought it was one of my hobbies, one of my little 2-week-long fixations I was going to spend a bunch of money on and abandon. But I was serious. I still am serious. Playing guitar is one of the only things that I've stuck with since I was a kid. He never understood my hobbies, or my collections, or whatever. I think he thought it was childish. He never said it, but I could always tell his heart was never in it. When he told me that, he supported... Sorry, let me try that again. He never said it, but I could always tell his heart was never in it when he told me that he supported whatever I was into at the moment. A put up with it for a long time because he was so sweet. Like, genuinely. Honey, he's so kind. But sometimes he would say things and not notice how it hurt me, and it didn't work. I fought and fought and fought to make it work. To act like him not caring about my interests wasn't a big deal. But after he refused to come to the show, I just couldn't anymore. I blew up on him like I never have before, and he just... Artemis loses the sentence, and instead heaves out a big sigh, their body deflating with it.
Part of me thinks it's my fault that we broke up.
Aww. This catches you by surprise. You straighten, putting your hands on the counter. What? No. No, it's not your fault. Why would it be your fault? I don't know. Sometimes I think if I was just a little not all over the place, you wouldn't have broken up with me. Like, if I was normal. Artemis, what are you talking about? You're totally normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You interrupt them without meaning to, almost too earnest. No, I'm serious. You're a perfectly normal person with a perfectly normal collection of interests and hobbies. You have a lot of passion and love in your heart for creating and for the people around you, and you should never, ever feel like there's something wrong with you because of that. If other people can't handle the amount of excitement you have to learn and explore and be a person, then those people don't belong in your life. Artemis' gaze has shifted away from you in embarrassment, resignation. You pat the counter to get their attention. Artemis, look at me. Look at me. They lift their gaze up at you. It's a little watery. Your cheeks are blotchy. Your heart pangs in your chest. But you're not finished yet. There's nothing wrong with you. Artemis' chin wobbles, and they rush to wipe their eyes under their glasses before they begin to cry. You hear them breathe in a shaky breath. Okay? Artemis nods, their brow drawn tight. Their voice is splintered when they speak. Okay.
Thank you.
I really need to hear that. There's another short silence, this one more comfortable than all the rest. You know you've only been there for about 2 hours, but it feels like it's been a long afternoon. Thanks for visiting today. They touch the counter lightly by your hands, trying to get your attention. Lucky for them, they already have it. Aw, you're welcome. It was really nice to see you. Artemis tilts her head, gazing at you fondly. Your stomach flips, and you bite the inside of your cheek. You're not sure if you'll ever get used to seeing the way Artemis looks at you. It was nice to see you too. I just noticed the hearts in the A in Artemis, the E, and then the dot for the I. They say it genuinely, a smile on their lips and a pink blush in their cheeks. You gotta come by and visit me more often. I work Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can't help but coo again, feeling ridiculously proud of them. Oh, and I have a little heart too. Okay. I'll come by more often for sure. You'll get tired of seeing me. I could never get tired of seeing you. Oh, you could... maybe. You don't think you'll ever get used to Artemis using these lines on you either. You smile, your face growing hot. I probably should go though. I got some work waiting for me at home. For sure. I probably should get back to work myself, haha. You laugh softly along with them. Sorry for distracting you. Don't be sorry. Your being here brightened my day. Not much excitement happens around here. That was a big excitement, though. The heat in your cheeks grows fiercer. You shrug a little. Sorry, yawn. You shrug a little, trying to act nonchalant. But you know Artemis can tell that you're more than a little flustered. They're smiling at you, eyes warm. See you soon? You dip your head affirmatively. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Text me, okay? I will. You lightly brush your fingers against Artemis's hand as you pull away, making sure to pick up the things you checked out before you go. They're looking at you so sweetly that's making your teeth ache. You two may be together now, but gods, you still have such a big crush on them. Bye.
Bye.
You walk away from the circulation desk, pausing only once to look over your shoulder at Artemis before you turn the corner. They're watching you go, and when they notice that you've turned to look at them, they wave a little, a smile pulling at their lips. Your heart flutters in your chest. You can't help it. Okay. You did really well this week. You've got $16 to add to your spending fund. You now have $50. Have you saved recently? Don't forget. Oh, why did I do that? Save. Please save. Actually, hold on a sec. Alright. This is a good place to stop for now. Oh my goodness. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. That's going to be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!